Under the biting November rain, Ethan Caldwell, CEO of Caldwell Culinary Group, stepped into Bella Vita Bistro disguised as Tom Harper, an ordinary customer. But he wasn't there to savor the food, he was there to uncover the truth. Bella Vita dazzled with sky-high revenue, yet dark secrets lurked behind its glamour. The resentful whispers of two young boys echoed. "He stole our mom's recipes and ruined our lives." Their accusations, aimed directly at Ethan, left him stunned. Who was their mother? And why was he branded a traitor? A mystery from the past awaits unraveling. Stay tuned to discover this gripping journey of redemption. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to catch more thrilling stories. Let's spread truth and justice together. Under the drizzling rain of a Friday evening in November, Ethan Caldwell, the 42-year-old CEO of Caldwell Culinary Group, stepped into Bella Vita Bistro, the crown jewel of his career. Disguised as Tom Harper, a dark gray hoodie, faded jeans, and a baseball cap pulled low concealed his sharp eyes, blending him into the bustling crowd as just another customer. Bella Vita was once a place where every dish told a story, every meal an unforgettable experience. But lately, Ethan felt disconnected, as if he were losing touch with the restaurant he cherished. Flawless revenue reports and 5-star online reviews seemed to mask a murky truth. "Something's off," he muttered, clutching a photo of the staff on his desk before leaving the office. "I need to see it for myself, not through doctored numbers." Stepping inside, he was swept into the lively atmosphere. The clink of cutlery on plates, the laughter of families, and the intoxicating aroma of toasted bread, tomato sauce, and Italian herbs filling the air, stirring memories of his days sweating in the kitchen. Fueled by passion, the hostess, a young woman with loosely tied hair, barely glanced at him, saying curtly, "Sit anywhere, sir." Ethan frowned, his Tom Harper drawl cutting through. "You're not gonna ask where I'd like to sit? I want somewhere quiet where I can watch the place." She blushed, stumbling over her words. Sorry, near the bar, okay?" Ethan nodded, choosing a secluded corner table where he could observe unnoticed. "A glass of red wine and the menu," he said, his eyes scanning the room. The servers moved with skill, but their eyes lacked the spark of passion Ethan once saw at Bella Vita. A male server wearing a name tag reading Ryan passed by, carrying a tray but barely acknowledging customers. "How's the food, Ryan?" Ethan asked, testing him. Ryan shrugged. "Good, sir. Wanna order?" His flat tone made Ethan note mentally, staffs lost their drive. What's going on here? He wanted to hear raw customer opinions, to see Bella Vita through their eyes. "Everything looks fine," he told himself, sipping the warm, robust wine to ease his tension. But then, from the table beside him, the tense voices of two young boys broke through, making his glass freeze midair. "Think he's here tonight?" The smaller boy, Tommy, about 10, whispered, his voice high and anxious, brown eyes darting around. "Mom said this is his place," the older boy, Lucas, 13, replied, his tone icy with resentment. "He ruined everything. If it weren't for him, Mom wouldn't be struggling like this." Ethan's stomach twisted as if punched. Who are they talking about? He wondered, pretending to read the menu, every sense locked onto their conversation. "Have you seen him yet?" Tommy asked, his voice trembling. "Mom showed me his picture. It's him for sure. He stole her recipes and got her fired," Lucas said, his eyes red, hands gripping the table's edge. Ethan's grip tightened on his glass, his heart pounding. "Are they talking about me?" He racked his brain, but the name of the boy's mother didn't surface. "He's a lousy guy," Lucas whispered, his voice shaking with anger. "Mom said he took credit for her work and kicked her out. Because of him, she can't cook anymore." Ethan felt a rush of heat to his head, a chill racing down his spine. He stood, approaching the bar, feigning casualness. "Those kids come here often?" he asked a server. The woman, Emma, shrugged. "First time probably. They're with their mom at that corner table." Ethan glanced at the woman with the boys, her faded blonde hair and weary eyes vaguely familiar. He strained to remember, but the memory stayed foggy. "She used to work here," he pressed. Emma frowned. "Dunno, but she keeps looking around like she's searching for someone." Ethan returned to his table, his mind in turmoil. Suddenly, a nearby customer shouted, "I've been waiting 20 minutes for my wine." Ryan rushed over, offering a half-hearted apology, but Ethan noted the lack of professionalism. "How's this place, kid?" he asked Emma when she brought more wine. "Good, but busy," she replied, her tone forced. Ethan watched Lucas and Tommy, Lucas's eyes burning with hostility. Tommy's nervously scanning the room. "Who are you guys talking about?" he asked, keeping his tone friendly as he approached their table. Lucas narrowed his eyes, standing up. "You don't need to know. But if you're him, you should be ashamed." Ethan felt the floor drop beneath him. "I'm Tom," he said, struggling to stay calm. "But I'm curious. Who's this guy?" Lucas stared straight at him, his voice quivering. "You're Ethan Caldwell, aren't you? My mom showed me your picture. You ruined her life." Ethan froze, unable to deny it. I need to talk to your mom," he said, his voice hoarse. Lucas stepped back. "She doesn't want to see you." Ethan looked toward the woman, his heart racing. This was no longer a routine inspection, it was a personal mystery. A secret from his past demanding to be faced. Ethan Caldwell, still under the guise of Tom Harper, stood before the table of the two boys at Bella Vita Bistro. His heart pounding as Lucas, the 13-year-old, glared at him with raw hostility. The restaurant's lively hum, laughter, the aroma of tomato sauce and toasted bread, faded, leaving only Lucas's sharp voice and Tommy's anxious eyes, the 10-year-old shrinking in his seat. Ethan fought to stay calm, hands in his pockets to seem approachable. "Hey kids," he said softly, "I overheard you talking about someone who hurt your mom. I'm just curious. What's the story?" Tommy shrank further, eyes wide with fear, mumbling, "Lucas, don't say anything, Mom will be mad." But Lucas stood tall, narrowing his eyes. "Who are you? Why do you care?" Ethan forced a smile, his insides churning. "I'm Tom, just a customer here. But I don't like hearing about unfair stuff." "Who are you talking about?" Lucas took a deep breath, his voice trembling with anger. "You don't need to pretend. You're Ethan Caldwell, aren't you? My mom showed me your picture. You stole her recipes, kicked her out of Bella Vita, and made it so she can't work anywhere else." Ethan felt the floor drop beneath him, his breath catching. I'm Ethan Caldwell," he admitted, his voice hoarse, unable to maintain the disguise. "But I don't understand. Who's your mom?" Lucas stepped forward, pointing at him. "My mom's Sophia Bennett. She was your sous chef. You took her ragu and tiramisu recipes, claimed all the credit, and fired her." Tommy tugged at his brother's arm. "Lucas, stop. Mom said not to make a scene." But Lucas didn't back down, his eyes red. "Because of you, my mom works at a grocery store now, not cooking anymore. You wrecked our lives." Ethan froze, his mind reeling. The name Sophia Bennett hit like a lightning bolt. He remembered her, a talented, passionate chef who worked under him 10 years ago. But stealing recipes? Firing her? No, that's not right. He shook his head, his voice weak. "I didn't do that. I never." Lucas cut him off, his voice quaking. "You're lying. Mom told us everything. You took her recipes, and when she asked for credit, you fired her and badmouthed her in the industry." Ethan felt like he couldn't breathe, fragments of memory surfacing. An argument with Sophia over the menu, then her sudden departure. He thought she left for a better opportunity, but Lucas's accusations made him question himself. "I need to talk to your mom," he said, his voice firm despite the turmoil inside. "If I did something wrong, I want to hear it from her." Lucas stepped back, still glaring. "She doesn't want to see you." Tommy spoke up, his voice small. "But Mom's at that table over there. If you really want to know." Ethan turned, spotting the woman with faded blonde hair sitting in the corner, her eyes avoiding him as if sensing his presence. He approached, his heart racing. "Ms. Bennett, I'm Ethan," he said, sitting across from her. "We need to talk." Sophia looked up, her eyes cold and bitter. "I know who you are, Ethan Caldwell, and I have nothing to say to someone like you." Ethan took a deep breath, fighting to stay composed. "I heard your boys. They say I stole your recipes, fired you, ruined your life. If that's true, I'm sorry, but I need to hear it from you. What happened?" Sophia gave a bitter laugh, her voice trembling with suppressed rage. "You want me to relive it? After 10 years, you took credit for my work, pushed me out of Bella Vita, and made it so I couldn't cook anymore. You think an apology fixes that?" Ethan shook his head. "I'm not apologizing to erase it. I want to understand. I remember you as a talented chef, but I didn't know things went that far. We argued about the menu and you left. I thought you wanted another job. I didn't badmouth you, I swear." Sophia stared at him, her eyes sharp with doubt. "You didn't know? Or you didn't want to know? I lost everything, my career, my passion, my kid's future, because of you." Ethan felt a sharp pang in his chest. "I don't remember doing those things," he said, his voice rough. "But if I was wrong, I want to make it right. Please, give me a chance to meet with you, to clear this up." Lucas, hovering nearby, interrupted. "Mom, don't trust him. He's just trying to get out of it." Sophia placed a hand on her son's shoulder, her voice calm but resolute. "Lucas, let me handle this. Mr. Caldwell, if you're serious, I'll meet you. But don't expect me to forgive you easily." Ethan nodded, a flicker of hope stirring. "I don't expect forgiveness right away. I just want a chance to make things clear. You and your boys deserve that." Sophia looked at him, her eyes wavering between bitterness and curiosity. "Tomorrow at my place. But don't waste my time," she said, then turned, leading her boys out of the restaurant. Ethan stood there, his heart heavy, knowing this meeting wasn't just about explanations, it was about facing a past he might have unknowingly shattered. The rain had stopped as Ethan Caldwell stood before the rundown apartment complex on the outskirts of Seattle where Sophia Bennett and her sons, Lucas and Tommy, lived. The building's peeling walls and dim hallways stood in stark contrast to Ethan's luxurious downtown life, where Bella Vita Bistro shone like a jewel. The previous night's accusations from Lucas that Ethan had stolen Sophia's recipes, forced her out of the restaurant, and destroyed her career still echoed in his mind. Guilt surged within him, though his memories of the events from 10 years ago remained hazy. "I owe her an explanation and more," he muttered, knocking on Sophia's apartment door. The door creaked open, revealing Sophia, her faded blonde hair framing a weary but sharp gaze as if she'd steeled herself for this confrontation. "What are you doing here, Ethan?" she asked, her voice icy, arms crossed tightly. Ethan took a deep breath, his tone earnest. "Miss Bennett, I want to understand what happened. Your son said I stole your recipes, pushed you out of Bella Vita, and ruined your career. If that's true, I'm sorry, but I need to hear from you." Sophia gave a bitter scoff, her eyes burning with resentment. "You really don't remember? Or are you pretending? 10 years ago, I was your sous chef. I created the signature ragu and tiramisu everyone loved. But you took all the credit, left my name off the menu. When I demanded recognition, you said I wasn't a good fit, and let me go. After that, no restaurant would hire me. I heard you badmouth me in the industry." Ethan froze, fragmented memories surfacing, a heated argument with Sophia about the menu, then her abrupt departure. He'd thought she left for a better opportunity, unaware of the devastating fallout. "Sophia, I swear, I didn't badmouth you," he said, his voice rough. "I didn't know it went that far. I thought you left to find a new place. If I was wrong, I want to make it right." Sophia shook her head, her voice trembling with suppressed anger. "Make it right? You think an apology erases 10 years of working at a grocery store, giving up my passion for cooking, raising 2 kids alone? All because of you?" Lucas, standing at the bedroom door, interrupted, his eyes red. "Mom, don't talk to him. He just wants to feel better about himself." Tommy, the younger boy, tugged at his brother's arm. "Lucas, calm down. Maybe he really wants to help." Ethan met Sophia's gaze. "I'm not just apologizing. I want you back at Bella Vita as co-head chef with full creative control and the credit you deserve. You've earned it." Sophia blinked, caught off guard, her eyes wavering between doubt and a faint glimmer of hope. "You think I'll trust you after everything?" she asked, her voice shaking. "I don't expect you to trust me right away," Ethan replied, "but let me prove it. I'll publicly acknowledge your story, ensure your name's on the menu in Bella Vita's history." Lucas stepped forward, still hostile. "You really want to help my mom? Or just clear your conscience?" Ethan looked at the boy, his voice steady. "I want to help your mom because she's talented, and because I was wrong not to give her credit. Lucas, I know you don't trust me, but let me try." Sophia stayed silent, her gaze shifting to her sons. Tommy spoke softly. "Mom, try it. Maybe he's not as bad as we thought." After a long pause, Sophia nodded. "Fine, I'll consider it. But if you don't follow through, I won't forgive you." Ethan nodded, a spark of hope igniting. "Tomorrow, come to Bella Vita. I'll have everything ready." The following days were a whirlwind of action. Ethan contacted food critics and organized a small press conference at Bella Vita, publicly acknowledging Sophia's contributions to the restaurant's iconic dishes. The ragu and tiramisu were Sophia Bennett's creations, he said to the crowd, his voice heavy with regret. I was wrong not to credit her. Now she'll be co-head chef with full creative control. Sophia stood beside him, initially tense, her eyes still wary. You sure about this, Ethan? She asked before the event began. I don't want to come back just to be sidelined again. Ethan met her gaze. I promise, Sophia. Your name will be celebrated, not just on the menu, but in every success of Bella Vita. She nodded, her expression softening, as if a weight had begun to lift. Sophia returned to the kitchen, where she'd shown 10 years earlier. First, she worked in silence but gradually regained confidence, collaborating with Ethan to craft new dishes that blended her bold style with his refined technique. One evening, they launched Bennett's Ragu, named in her honor, earning gasps of delight from diners. This dish is a masterpiece. One critic wrote, a collaboration between Caldwell and Bennett that proves talent and integrity. Bella Vita became a focal point, garnering glowing reviews and soaring revenue. Lucas and Tommy started visiting the restaurant regularly, at first to keep an eye on their mom, but soon warming up. One evening after a shift, Lucas approached Ethan, his hostility softened. I guess I was wrong about you, a little. Ethan chuckled, clapping the boy's shoulder. I'll take that little, Lucas. You and Tommy want to try the new tiramisu? Your mom made it. Tommy cheered. For real? Mom's the best. Sophia, nearby, smiled for the first time in years, her eyes bright as she watched her boys. Thank you, Ethan, she said softly. Not just for the job, but for listening. I didn't think I'd forgive you, but maybe I was wrong. Ethan nodded, feeling a peace he hadn't known before. You are wrong to be angry, Sophia, but I hope we can start fresh. She nodded, her eyes gleaming. Maybe we can. A month later, Bella Vita wasn't just a restaurant, it was a symbol of reconciliation. Ethan and Sophia led the team together, crafting a new menu that blended their creative visions. Lucas and Tommy became regulars, even helping serve on busy days, their smiles lighting up the space. One night, as the restaurant closed, Ethan stood on the balcony watching Sophia and her boys laugh inside. He realized redemption wasn't about achieving perfection, but about facing mistakes and fixing them. We did it, Sophia, he murmured, his gaze on the future. Then his phone buzzed. A staff member from another branch reported a similar issue. A chef overlooked, their contributions ignored. Ethan smiled, knowing his journey was far from over. He stepped back inside, calling to Sophia. You ready for a new challenge? Looks like Bella Vita isn't the only place that needs us. Sophia grinned, her eyes alight. Lead the way, Ethan. I'm ready. The story at Bella Vita Bistro delivers a profound lesson about honesty, accountability, and the power of redemption. Ethan Caldwell, once a disconnected CEO, confronted his past mistakes when he learned he had unwittingly harmed Sophia Bennett, stripping her of opportunities and passion. His journey to make amends, publicly acknowledging Sophia's contributions, restoring her rightful place, and rebuilding trust, shows that justice isn't just about punishment but about creating opportunities for healing. Sophia, with her resilience in raising her 2 sons and clinging to her passion, exemplifies the strength of perseverance. The takeaway is clear: facing mistakes, listening, and taking concrete action can transform lives, not just for individuals but for entire communities. Bella Vita didn't just recover, it became a symbol of integrity and collaboration. Like, share, and subscribe to catch more inspiring and dramatic stories. Let's spread the message of fairness and redemption together.